35,000. That's how many decisions the average adult makes every single day. Most of them are small, with very little to no impact on your life, while others change your life for the better or worse years and decades into the future. Exactly like the 9 decisions that we will talk about in this video. And if you choose wrong, they might cost you thousands or even hundreds of thousands of euros. One wrong decision and you might pay for that for the rest of your life. And so that doesn't happen to you, let's talk about the 9 most important financial decisions of your entire life in this PerFinEx planes. Probably the most important decision of all will be your career choice. I've said it in many videos and I say it again. Nobody ever got rich from saving alone. I know there are these super frugal lifestyle people out there that eat spaghetti without sauce all day every day so they can retire as early as possible, just to live the same super frugal lifestyle then for the rest of their life. And if that's for you, go ahead and live your life however you like it. But that's not my cup of tea. And that's also not the message that I want to share with you guys here on YouTube, because I believe that if you focus on earning as much money as reasonably possible, not by any means necessary, but whatever is reasonably possible for you, you will live a great and happy life. Increase your income and your savings rate will follow. Don't increase your savings rate by making your life miserable. Choose the type of job that feels right for you and makes you happy. Whether it's in a big corporation or a startup, whether you're employed or self-employed. Do what makes you happy and what makes you money. And the first important choice here is education. Die Institut für angewandte Wirtschaftsforschung an der Universität Tübingen compared different education paths over an entire lifetime with stunning results. People with no degree, the blue line, will earn a little over 800,000 over their lifetime. And not surprisingly, this is the lowest income of all. If you want to make more money, do an apprenticeship to earn almost 1 million euros, the orange line. And if you focus on the early years of the career, an apprenticeship gives you a higher salary until you are roughly 35 years old. Only then the people with a university degree, the yellow line, start catching up to earn over 1.4 million over their lifetime. But don't count an apprenticeship out just yet, because people that do their Meister, the highest certification you can get as a craftsman, earn almost the same as people with a university degree. And if you make the most of your money, by watching this video for example, Meister would be a lot richer than people with a university degree, because they earn more until the early 60s. And if you earn more money faster, you can invest that money and make it grow for you. Almost the next point on our list of the most important financial decisions of your life. But before, let's talk about probably the biggest wealth killer of all, your car. I don't want to owning a car because you might need a car to go to work or live your daily life. I understand, but it's still probably the biggest expense, except rent or your mortgage, if you factor in the invisible costs. You have car insurance, gas, taxes, repairs. Everybody knows that, right? But your car will most likely also lose value. Big time. The German Automobile Club, ADAC, publishes a list twice a year with the real costs of owning a car. And since we are here in Munich, let's take BMW as an example. The 318D Steptronic is a nice example because it costs close to 50,000 euros and it is also our police car. The car costs you in total almost 1,000 euros every month, out of which are 600 euro the loss in value alone. So your real costs of a car are 1.5 times higher than you think, because you think you pay 400 euro, but you actually pay 1,000. Just to compare, my public transport card here in Munich costs 624 euros a year. the BMW loses 603 euros in value per month, public transport costs 624 euros per year. Aside from choosing if you need a car or not, choosing your right partner will be the next most important financial decision of your life. You might work very hard to afford the things you always wanted, or you just work so you have enough money to enjoy your spare time. You might want kids. Maybe not. Maybe you want the think lifestyle, double income, no kids. Choose a partner that sees his or her life going forward, at least somewhat the same that you see yours. And talk actively about the financial decisions you want to make in life. Because if you don't, the probably most expensive thing you might experience in your entire life could be a divorce. Especially if you don't have a prenup. You love your partner. I get it, and I'm happy for you. I wish you a long and successful marriage. I really do. But the reality is, unfortunately, that 1 in 3 marriages ends in divorce after an average of 15 years. Now that I ruined marriage for you, let me ruin kids for you as well. The German Statistical Office estimates that a child costs 763 euros a month until it is 18 years old. In the beginning, a little less, and in the later years, even 953 euros per month. Let's take the 763 euros per month over a span of 18 years and deduct the Kindergeld of 250 euros from that. That means you pay 513 euros a month only. So 110,000 euros in total over 18 years. That's a lot of money. And just like with the car, there are invisible costs here too, which are called opportunity costs. Because if you would invest 513 euros a month over a span of 18 years with the historical rate of return of the stock market, you would have over 217,000 euros. Again, just like with the car, the invisible costs are as high as the real costs. Now, by no means I'm saying you shouldn't get kids because they cost money. It's just like with any other expense. If you have the money to afford kids and you really want some, go ahead and make some right after watching this video. Everyone can spend their money however they like it. You don't always have to make the best financial decisions in life. If it brings you joy or happiness, go and have some fun with your hard-earned money. And so everyone stays healthy and happy, you gotta have the right insurances. Health insurance and long-term care insurance are mandatory for everyone living here in Germany anyway. And under certain conditions, you can choose if you want to be a member of the public health insurance or the private health insurance. We have lots of videos on the channel discussing exactly this. And if we can help you make the right decision, you can book a free meeting with us right here. Aside from the mandatory health insurance, there are lots of other insurances here in Germany. It's the land of insurances after all. Do you need to have all the insurances? Certainly not. But get at least the insurances that cover you against any existential risks that will bring your life out of order. Health insurance, disability insurance, liability insurance, life insurance if your family depends on you. Those insurances are much more important than glass insurance that DVAG is trying to sell you. Who cares if a glass breaks? You can pay for that. But if you are the only earner and the bus runs over you, so you're a potato, your family may get kicked out of their own house if they cannot pay the mortgage anymore. So, get the most important insurances and save your money on the useless insurances for investments. We calculated earlier on that you have almost €250,000 if you invest 500 euros for 18 years. So, don't do it like us Germans and let your money sleep on a 0% interest bank account. Invest your money in ETFs, in real estate, in precious metals, whatever fits your goals. Maybe you have any big plans, a house for example, which we'll come to in a moment. Retirement is what we all have to take care of. So many things that you can plan for and so many things that you can invest in. The world is your oyster. And the cherry on top of you investing for yourself is if you invested €250 Kindergeld for your child, because it is called Kindergeld and not Elterngeld. So it's money for your child and not for you. And if you invested €250 a month for 18 years, your child will have over €100,000. And if that's not an awesome way to start life, I don't know what is. One of the largest financial decisions most will make in their entire life is the question every couple asked themselves since Adam and Eve, probably, should we buy or should we rent? Buying is a dream most of you have, especially if you come from another country where there's more a home owning culture than here in Germany, but don't count out renting just yet, because buying is most of the time a really expensive solution to the problem. If you want to deep dive into the buying versus renting debate, then we have the perfect video for you discussing exactly this. And if you want to see how quickly real estate can turn into an insane nightmare, a hole that you have to put tons of money into for the rest of your life, see what this couple got themselves into. What most of you guys tell us in meetings, that you can book on perfinex.de/meeting by the way, that you would like to retire early. The FIRE movement to be financially independent and retire early seems to be getting more and more popular here in Germany, which I'm all for it. Not by trying to save yourself rich, which doesn't work anyway, we talked about it earlier, but if you want to FIRE, great, all power to you. You just gotta pay the bill and put your money where your mouth is. Because retiring early with 60 or even 50, as some of you guys want, is really expensive. First, because you can save less years if you work less years, obviously. Second, because you have a lot less years to let your money grow and generate compounding interest. And third, because the payout period is a lot longer than for anyone that retires at the standard age of 67. These three factors make FIRE a lot more difficult than many people think. But it's not impossible, it's just difficult. And if you want to know how difficult exactly, here's a video in which we did the math for you, so you know exactly how much of your salary you need to save no matter how old you are. And if all these financial decisions, with the years and decades of consequences they come with, are too overwhelming for you to handle, especially since most of them are intertwined with each other and cannot be looked at isolated, then seek help from experts who have done all of this countless times. We meet people that ask us for directions to reach their goals on a daily basis. And when we look at what they have done in the past, you can see that they did something here and they did something there without a clear strategy behind it, which usually means that the money is used inefficiently, because most financial products have synergies that work very well together. You just gotta know how to use them right. What did we learn in this video? Planning is key, as ever so often in life. And most things on our list were big life-changing events that we all need to plan years in advance. You can't just suddenly wake up tomorrow morning and buy a property if you didn't do anything for that in advance. And you certainly can't retire tomorrow if you didn't do anything for that. So, take some time today and start planning for the things that you really want, together with your partner if you have one. And if we can help you in achieving your goals in life, you can book a free meeting with us with the card that you see here on screen. Thank you very much for watching, and I see you in the next one.